Game of the day. The Red James 5 versus Poland. Andy versus Lash.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. A semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another
live league game of
the day.
Today we are playing on Lake of Fears. This is a triple base airport and comm tower supported matchup. This is a standard format game. That means every single property is only worth 1,000, and we got no big money today, folks, but we do got some big players. We got the Red James 5 versus Poland. Po2and, the alternative alt of Poland in the live ladder. So, this is going to be a pretty cool one here, folks. Lake of Fire, very interesting map indeed. Lash versus Andy, classic tier 3 matchup today. Now, when we take a look at this map, it is clearly mirrored down the center. I would say that there is some fairly contested properties over here and over here, down here. So players are going to be fighting for the comm towers over here, considering that this would be considered a... Ooh, you know what? It's actually a little bit difficult to tell which side would be the strong side or the weak side for this battle because of this base being able to reinforce this side or reinforce this side. This base is sort of guaranteed to push over in this direction here. These guys are going to be going one way or another, but this guy is going to be going right up here and or alternatively go over here. So the strike zones are definitely going to be right here and right here. Could potentially have a strike zone in the center of the map here too, but more likely than not, I think what we are going to be seeing is probably this base go over here, this base go over here, and then these two armies reach this location right here and start a push either going south or a push going north. So I think we're going to have a pretty interesting battle here, folks. These are two top level players in both the official Global League and the live league. So we're in for a treat here today, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the live league today. Beautiful. Alrighty, folks, on the first few days, you all know the deal. This is the standard infantry builds because you got to get the infantry on the field. It's number 1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Number 2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web is making sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action, folks. As both players are acquiring their neutral base over here on day 2, definitely the third priority in Advanced Wars by Web. So always make sure you grab those neutral bases, folks. For all you new players out there to Advanced Wars by Web and Advanced Wars in general, I cannot stress enough the importance of grabbing the neutral base before you grab any other properties. If you do not grab that neutral base, you are going to put yourself at a deficit very early in the game, and that is going to cost you heavily in the long run. So you got to make sure you get those bases, folks. Now, it would appear that Poland has busted out the first tank of the game. Very nice indeed. Now, Poland is going to be able to get the first tank of the game. He's not going to be able to get the third tank of the game, though. Red James gets the second tank. Red James is also going to be able to get the third tank. Poland is going to be able to get the fourth tank. So we have a tank order of we have a tank order of BAAB for this one. So it will put Red James in a little bit better of a situation when it comes to the tanks because they're going to be closer to the front lines. But Poland decides to bust out a mech instead. Now, mech is going to be a very interesting play indeed. Mechs are going to be able to contend with a tank if they can get in position. So we'll see what happens with this one. Poland is a well-known brawler, folks, so he may decide to just go in and do an attack here. on one of the infantry, but we shall see. It looks like he's going to be doing it, folks. He's going right on that neutral property, foregoing the capture and taking the engagement against an infantry. Now that does put him ahead overall right now by about 500 funds because of the infantry deficit. Now Andy loves injured units. He loves to keep those injured units as long as he possibly can until he can get that hyper upgrade, folks. But Red James doesn't care. He doesn't care about hyper upgrades or what if scenarios, folks. He cares about damage right here, right now, in your face carnage, which is what we have here, folks, because Poland has just been struck for 40% damage on that city. Red James only taken 20 in retaliation. And Poland is now acquiring the comm tower and the airport simultaneously here. Very interesting position here. Poland pulls back a little bit after denying the capture of the property. Now that does leave both of the middle properties here neutral, which is very good. So neither player is going to be able to gather one of those cities one way or another. Red James has a choice here also, folks. He could go in and take an attack and then maybe even take a secondary attack on the mech. Obviously from the better terrain star over here being in the plains, but neither of those is going to result in a KO. And the only thing that was really going to happen with that is you're going to have this tank swoop over and you will end up losing 2 tanks in the engagement. Red James knows that. Red James is not going to be falling for those kind of tricks. Or is he? I don't know. We'll find out, folks. We'll find out. Red James, solid player. It's not going to fall for little things like that, though. It's not going to happen. Boom. Taking position in the south. Busting out the artillery tank combination here over on day 8. Poland taking control, gets the comm towers. This is actually a double comm tower map, folks. So every single player is going to have a base firepower of 120%, which is going to guarantee a lot of 2-hit KOs on urban terrain. Now Lash is a very scary CO when it comes to 2 comm tower matchups, because Lash's day-to-day will allow her to get 10% firepower bonus per terrain star that she has. So she manages to get on a city, that is going to be a 150% firepower increase day-to-day. That is even stronger than Kindle's day-to-day. So you don't want to mess with Lash, folks. And Poland is just sitting here inviting these attacks right now, which is absolutely wild. No other player, well, some other players might, but would other players just invite attacks like this? I don't know. It's a possibility, but not a guarantee. But what is a guarantee is that 2-hit combination up north, eliminating the infantry. That is going to put Red James in a position where he's going to be able to start a capture and block the city with the 6 HP infantry at the exact same time. So that's going to be very strong. If he manages to get a flip like that, it's going to put him in a great spot. Red James also taking a valiant attack into the center of the map, striking a mech and a tank at the exact same time. Now this will result in a counterattack. Let's see what Poland manages to do in this counterattack as he brings the tanks forward. Join caps on the port in order to guarantee the capture, going for some of those southern properties, and then brings the tank onto the road in the middle of the map here, striking the tank down all the way down to 2 hit points, taking a secondary attack. Absolutely menacing behavior over here from Poland as he busts out the first battlecopter of the game as well, folks. Battlecopter is on the field and ready to go. Red James in a position now where he might be able to bring the artillery into the center of the map to actually assist with the secondary tank strikes that may happen here today. But that's not going to guarantee the KO of any of these tanks, which is going to leave Andy in a very dangerous position, considering we are getting very close to Super Co-Power territory here, folks. Let's see what he manages to do. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Due to the position that Poland has taken up north, Red James has decided to not use the 6 HP infantry as a blocker, mainly due to the fact that he would lose the 6 HP infantry and the city would still be interrupted. So, interesting hot take there, folks. Oh, the port has been struck down again for another 60% damage, taking it all the way down to 4. Now, there is a possibility of a capture here, folks. A simple little hyper upgrade. The Clone Andy special, folks, could pop up, and that could guarantee the capture of the port. Whether or not we're going to be seeing that is another story, because Andy does enjoy the hyper upgrade far more than the hyper repair. But both definitely have their values, folks. Oh, the artillery is struck down. 4 goes to capture, starts a brand new capture, and interrupts the city in the center of the map, taking multiple engagements. Very, very strong stuff happening here on this map, folks. And currently, it does look like Red James is ahead overall. Takes a double strike, eliminating 2 tanks. That is going to be 2 tanks that are not going to be healed up next turn. Takes an engagement against the tank. Oh, are we going to see a clear on this tank? It is definitely possible, folks. Let's see. 3 tanks gone in 1 turn. And an infantry. And a mech. Oh, that is a beautiful turn right there, folks. If this was Advanced Wars War Room, I think we have just achieved a power score, folks. That is multiple KOs in 1 turn. Beautiful, beautiful. Poland on day 11 does have hyper upgrade charged. Let's see what he manages to do with it, folks. It looks like he's going to be taking the classic Andy approach to the hyper upgrade, though, folks. As we can see here, Andy going in, taking a single engagement. Andy could go in and take multiple engagements as well. But taking this initial engagement means that you take damage, but then are able to heal up the attack right afterwards, making sure that your units stay healthy and happy on the front lines. Wonderful move over here from Poland, as Poland also acquires the port. Just goes in and strikes the anti-air, takes a shot on an infantry. Oh, but Red James is going to be able to fire back with a prime tactics here next turn. So let's see if Poland manages to do enough damage in order to ward away the devastating Superco power that is Prime Tactics. Prime Tactics is one of the strongest, potentially one of the strongest Superco powers in the game. Could be a win condition if you manage to get one of those infantry on an HQ and start capping. But let's see. Let's see if it's going to be a Prime Tactic turn or if we are going to wait. It looks like we're going to wait. Otherwise, we would have already popped the Prime Tactics. So absolutely nothing wrong with that. Definitely showing a lot of restraint over here from Red James as he strikes down an infantry in the center of the map, brings the tanks back to get a little bit of heals. Every tank is now guarded by the anti-air. Very strong position. Busts out 1 tank? Busts out a tank. Got to get the tanks on the field, folks. Number 4 priority in advances by web. All right. What can Poland get done with this battlecopter, though? Because I feel like there's definitely... Battlecopter actually cannot safely attack this. Could safely... Oh, wait, no. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So Battlecopter could take an engagement against the infantry. Battlecopter could take an engagement against this tank or anything in the center of the map. But if an engagement is taken against this tank right here, when Prime Tactics is popped, the anti-air is going to be able to reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is full movement due to the Prime Tactics ability. Poland knows it. Red James knows it. Everybody at home now knows it. The tanks are not even fighting in the center, folks. As predicted, the fighting is starting to accumulate on the top and bottom portions of the map here. Definitely an initial brawl in the center, but now the fighting has gone south. Poland busts out another mech over here on day 13, flipping big mech energy. And Red James is now sitting at 9 minutes, Poland at exactly 6 minutes on the clock. Oh, eliminates another infantry. Almost eliminates an infantry down south. Very, very close. Eliminates the 2 northern infantry. Wow. Absolute wow, folks. Alright, busting out the anti-air up north now because that is definitely going to be needed, especially when this battlecopter starts to push forward here. Poland with 29,100 funds in the bank, folks. That is a hefty amount of funds as he busts out a flippin' battleship, folks. He busts out a classy Seaboy over here directly on the port. What an absolutely menacing attack here, folks. Look at the range of this battleship. That completely zones out the entire army of Red James down south. Now, that is going to require a double base skip, but a flippin' battleship, folks. We got a battleship on the field in Advanced Wars Live League. You love to see it, folks. You absolutely love to see it. Battlecopters are blocking a capture now, too. Poland might be able to acquire that capture. It looks like it's probably more than likely going to be going through. Nothing can really deal with the battlecopters at the moment. Oh, takes a strike on the battleship, doing 30% damage, but not able to do any more than that. That is going to be healed up to 9 next turn. The only thing that that Red James can really do against this battleship right now would be, well, one, to swarm it with battlecopters, eliminating it, or bust out the classy boy of the sky and bring that guy over there to do some damage, folks. But aside from that, that is pretty much all that you can do against the battleship. Fortunately enough for Red James, he's got a lot of targets down south, and the battleship is going to have to pick and choose what he wants to hit, folks. He could potentially hit a tank on a road, he could hit the artillery that's threatening it, or he could stop the cap. So what's he going to do? What is Poland going to decide to do with the battleship, folks? He attacks the artillery because that is the immediate threat, and you got to make sure you get that guy out of there. You do not want to have things threatening your battleship. One issue with the battleship is once you do buy it, if you keep it on a port, the thing that's going to happen is something's going to attack it, and then you're going to have to pay for it. So every single turn, you're losing about, what is it, like 4,600 funds? Something like that, just repairing the battleship. So long term, it would take the 21,000 funds that Poland gets every single turn and cut that down to about 17,000 funds, maybe even closer to 16,000. And Poland manages to get the interrupt with an infantry on the center property anyways, so all is not really lost with that. Now he's bringing the battlecopters, tank, and busts out an anti-air, and they are all going down south. Oh, and Poland is about to capture the comm tower up north, too. I just noticed that one. And that is an unstoppable cap, folks. That is going to be going through. If that goes through, that is going to put Andy into a broken tier that he rarely ever gets to be in, folks. Imagine a 130% firepower CO that also gets to heal himself. Sign me up, folks. Sign me up. Mr. Wahoo is going to be wahooing all over the place here. Alright, another infantry struck down in the center of the map, and Red James is out of time. On day 15. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Poland taking control of the battlefield here, threatening a cap, getting the comm tower, attacking before getting the comm tower like an absolute pro gamer. You love to see it, folks. Everybody knows that pro gamers do not cap the comm tower before they attack. It's just, it does not happen. It doesn't happen, folks. Alright, puts one battlecopter in range of an anti-air, but doesn't really matter too much, folks, because if the anti-air pushes in and attacks the battlecopter, the anti-air is lost, and there's another battlecopter up north. But the prime tactics has entered the battlefield. We now have the super. But what can Red James get done with this super? He takes an engagement up north. Absolutely devastating attack. No counter damage. Massive damage. Alright, snipes out an infantry in the center, going for a capture. Attacking with the battlecopter. Ooh, gets the KO. Infantry takes a... Oh, the infantry survives up north. He did not fall to the 3 HP tank. Not too shabby of an attack over here from Red James. Managed to do lots of damage. The one saving grace here that Red James has is strictly the fact that he has 28 units on the field. Poland only has 19. So Red James is going to be able to push that map control quite a bit here. But he does not have the firepower of a flippin' forward port locked battleship, folks. So we're going to see if the battleship really makes a difference in this fight. Battlecopter attack plus hyper upgrade. I am fairly certain that 2 anti-tanks right now are going to be able to take out this anti-air without a doubt. Doesn't even need 2 tanks, folks. He goes in with an anti-air and a tank, manages to get it. And he doesn't fall for the bait of attacking the lash tank on the silo, which currently has a defense total of 170%. So you don't want to be doing that, folks. Also 60% firepower, maybe even 70. I can't remember how it works exactly off the top of my head, but tons and tons of damage, tons of firepower. Don't want to be doing it, not worth it. Don't do it. All right, battlecopter strike, another battlecopter strike. Take that guy out. Unfortunately for Red James now, there is actually no way to reach the anti-airs up north, so he's not going to be able to push the attack any further than that. That's going to open up the northern portion of the map here for a double anti-air strike, so both of those copters from the Red James are going to be falling next turn. Very dangerous stuff, folks. See, Red James needs something in order to deal with the battleship. He needs to bust out the classy boy of the sky, the bomber, and get over there and beat the crud out of that battleship, folks. That's what needs to happen. It's either that, or Red James just pushes everything north. But imagine for a moment, if you will, Red James saves up some money, or even joins some units together next turn and busts out a battleship of his own. How flippin' amazing would that be? Is he gonna do it? Is the Red James the kind of guy that would bust out a battleship? Sadly, he won't be able to join those units together, as they are both deleted off of the map now. Poland has reacquired his unit count, bringing Red James all the way down to 65,300 value and 24 units. Poland also at 24 units. Can Red James get some effective clears here? He manages to clear one anti-air. Attacks the tank, gets the clear on the tank, which is very nice, but now is going for the comm tower up north. That is going to force the hand of Poland. The hand of Poland is going to have to control that anti-air, go up north and smack that infantry if he wants to continue the absolute savage brutality of 130% firepower Andy. We got a double strike on the infantry in the middle of the map here. Nothing is going to be able to stop the capture down south. That is going to put Poland at a 23-18 deficit, but the Red James has done it, folks. The Red James has busted out the classy boy of the sky. He is on the field and he is ready to go, but Poland has 27,700 funds available to him, which definitely at this point, if I was Poland and I saw the classy boy of the sky and I saw my battleship and I sniffed out the plot of destruction that lay before me, I would be busting out the fighter. Let's see if he busts out the fighter, folks. He busts out the fighter. Absolutely critical move that needed to happen. 10 out of 10 would build a fighter again. 23 to 23 units, 125,000 value. to 76,500. Another anti-air is eliminated off of the battlefield. The capture of the comm tower continues though, folks. The saga of the comm tower capture is here. 1 HP infantry, 9 days to go. Is he going to be able to grab that comm tower, folks? Are we going to be seeing a joint cap up north? It's highly possible. Oh, the classy boy of the sky is in range of the battleship, folks. We could be seeing an attack here pretty soon. Oh, but the fighter makes its way down south. The unfortunate part of this is that if Red James goes up and attacks the battleship now, he won't get the clear. And Andy is just going to heal it up. He's going to heal it up to like full HP afterwards. And the fighter is just going to destroy the bomber. So he definitely would need some friends in order to finish off this attack. But also, unfortunately, there's an infantry sitting on a mountain stopping the classy boy of the sky from getting up there. Uses the sky bomber, classy boy of the sky, to eliminate a tank. Is that in range? That is the question. It's not in range. But infantry could go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Interesting. So there is something that could be done. Wait. Ooh. 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 There's nothing that can be done. There's absolutely nothing that can be done, folks. Unfortunately, by putting the bomber there with the available units that we have, that line is not going to hold. It is not going to hold, folks. I fear it might hold. Oh, it might hold. Wait. No. And he's got 130% firepower. This wasn't me, by the way. This was my opponent. Just so you know. I had to make sure he couldn't break my wall. This guy's gonna be at full HP. And he's gonna be firing on this. That's 62 to 69%. There's a possibility. Depends on the chip damage here, folks, but there's a possibility. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no. Okay. There's still the possibility. Let's see. Pops the super. So we're dealing with the super, 62 to 69%. The 7 HP infantry, we don't know what its actual hit points are, so there could be the possibility that an infantry could destroy the 7 HP infantry, letting an attack go through of the fighter onto the bomber. Oh my god, and it's going to be the very first thing Poland is thinking about. He is thirsty for this attack. Is it going to work though? This is the real question, folks. I think this could be a make or break scenario here. He does not get the KO. He doesn't get the KO, folks. But the rest of the units go through, and he blocks the battleship. Oh my god. It's actually quite amazing that the infantry managed to hold down south. Now, like I said, we don't know what the chip damage is. Maybe there was absolutely no chance. Maybe there was some chance. But it didn't happen today, folks. Oh, the comm tower is being reacquired up north, folks. This is sitting at 7. 7 hit points left. And we got a tank strike. Battlecopter moves in to interrupt, taking it down to 4. We got infantry strikes. Battleship's sitting pretty. Oh my god, and the battleship Or the battleship. The battlecopter takes an engagement against the anti-air, taking it down to 3. Very curious attack indeed. Could it be for charge, or could it be just to make sure that can't do a whole lot of damage? I don't know. I don't know what the thought process with that one is, but the battlecopter has been deleted. And the attacks up north are just going through, folks. Got another battlecopter engagement over here. Oh no. Oh no, Red James. Red James. I wonder if Red James knows that this is vulnerable. He might have known, but he might not have known. Alright, Battleship moves forward with that attack. He's got absolutely no fear now. Eliminates the infantry capping the comm tower. The 130% Andy saga continues over here on day 23. Oh, we got a fighter attack right here. We got the battleship attack. We got a double tank hit. Elimination of the fighter. Taking out an infantry. Unit count has somewhat leveled now here, folks. But such a massive deficit when it comes to income. Now, Red James is going to have to capture. So it'd be 19 to 24. It would be 20 to 23. And he needs contact. He needs too many. He needs too many properties, folks. I'm not even gonna joke. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything. He needs too many properties, folks. He's gonna resign. There is not anything that he can do at this point. Now, maybe if this game was gonna be able to continue on past the day 30 mark, maybe there's something he could have done, because his position is looking pretty good down south. He might be able to acquire some of these properties. But the looming threat of the battleship plus the spam of tanks and the healing factor, I just don't think it would have happened, folks. Especially now that these properties are becoming open. I think Poland is just going to be able to slow win this one. Plus 3 comm towers. So Red James, like that would be 28 properties to 18. Red James would have to flip 5 properties. So yeah, that's too many. But what an absolute banger of a game. Red James fought valiantly. He fought hard. He fought well. But he was unable to contend with the might that is 3 comm tower Andy. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.